Sorry about that. Merry meet Virgo. That's who we're talking to today. Good morning, Virgo. Good morning, Ariel. Sorry about that. Merry meet Virgo. This is a 2-week reading for all you Virgos starting today, the 9th of August, 2024. We're streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. My name is Ariel Gatoga, and moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Delene and the lovely Suzanne. Moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you, Virgos and friends of Virgos, for joining us today. I am today reading with the Taroki 23, and I have already purified with this gorgeous Vervain Utopie by Roger and Gallet. So you can find links to purchase each of these products should you desire by following the links in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching us live if you're not watching us live, if you're on a restream on YouTube, that's what I meant to say, and you don't feel like watching me shuffle, you can always use the timestamps right in the video description to get right to the reading. If you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow me on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us. If you'd like to give a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga, paypal.me/ArielGatoga, or live, you could use, live or restream actually. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you desire. We do appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Just as a reminder, I don't read with card reversals, so that's why I flip cards right side up. It's just my style of reading. What was I going to say? Oh yes, if this does go, I'm sorry, Virgo. This is probably going to be a great reading for you since my mind can't seem to focus on the mundane here. Does go out to a lot of Virgos. That's what I was going to say. So if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard the reading because it may not be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. And remember that we have a daily reading for all signs Wednesday through Sunday. You can find the most recent restreams of all those readings on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in that main menu. All right, we got through the shuffling. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can get through the reading. Because you deserve a good reading, Virgo, and I'm going to give it to you. Okay, we've got 8 of coins. We've got strength. And we've got 3 of coins. Well, that's a nice, lovely base reading. 8 of coins, it seems like your attitude has really been good. And just reminding yourself that your attitude kind of is more powerful than any other tool we have, right? It sets the tone, and how you think of something and how you decide to perceive something is the catalyst on how it's going to be for you, no matter what it is. Even if it's something negative, it doesn't mean that you have to say, oh, isn't that great? You don't have to say something negative is something positive, but you do have the opportunity to say, I can handle this. This is no big deal for me. Right? I got this. I've got this. This is not my first rodeo is a good way of thinking. If I've handled things before, I can handle things again. Nothing's going to faze me. I'm there. I've got this. And I think that's what you've been doing, because look at this. Look at how you're handling some internal issues that you've been maybe going through. Some, maybe uncovering some things about yourself, or maybe having some what used to be internal struggles. Now you're just mastering them. Look at how she's taming that wild beast. She's not having any trouble. She's just giving it a lot of firm but gentle loving, right? She's saying, no, you're not going to bite me. You're not going to bite me. You're going to behave yourself, and then I'll give you a treat. I'll scratch your belly. But right now you have to learn your lesson. You don't bite me, right? And that's what you're doing with all of those fears inside of you. It's just like, I understand that you're trying to do something good for me. This is you talking to your fears or whatever it is that you've been dealing with. I understand that you're trying to help me, but the way you're helping me is not good. So we're going to redo this. We're going to reprogram you. We're going to retrain you into responding in different ways to situations. And that's what you're doing to those different sub-personalities inside of you. And I don't know if you're doing this on purpose or if it's just something that's just a thing that you're doing unconsciously, but doing it you are, and you're doing it well, because look at where you're headed. You're headed toward more success. More success and more success and more success. Now, I know that hard work is not something that you shy away from. And because of that hard work is really paying dividends. It may seem a little slow at first, but boy, that momentum is not kidding. And it's just going to keep picking up momentum more and more and more. And you can fuel that by your attitude and by doing what you're doing, by really working on yourself the way that you've been doing, Virgo. It's amazing, really, to see this. I love seeing you do this, because you're a wonderful example to people around you, right? Not everybody's doing what you're doing. Not everybody's got that sort of mindset that you do, that not only am I going to be successful, but I'm going to be a better person because of it, right? I'm doing things not just to get ahead at others' expense. I'm doing things to get ahead so that I can do it and be happy all at the same time, right? You're a very inspiring person. And I don't know that you realize that. Because, see, sometimes I think what it is you're not necessarily always, now some of you maybe, but as a rule, you're probably not always real out there as far as like, look at me, look at me, look at me. But you don't realize people do look at you, look at you, look at you. And they pick up a lot of their cues by watching you, because you're a wonderful example for people. And I don't want to make you feel self-conscious, and I don't want you to feel like you're burdened, but I do want you to recognize that people are watching you. People do learn from you. And right now they're learning really good lessons. They want to be just like you because of what you're doing and how well you're doing it. Okay, we've got a Queen of Coins, we've got a 7 of Cups, and we've got a 4 of Swords. Isn't that beautiful? Now, the 4 of Swords and the Strength card are going together. One of the reasons why the success is inevitable is because you aren't engaging in the inner conflicts like many people tend to, and maybe like you used to. I don't know if you used to, because it's not really showing me anything like that, but apparently you must have, because this is so, but this is very, very the opposite of that. You're learning how to disengage, or maybe you've mastered how to disengage with the inner conflicts, and instead engaging in those parts of you in a very positive and healthy way. Some of you, I think, may be in therapy, because it's sometimes challenging and difficult to do this kind of thing that I'm seeing here all on your own. And if you are, whoa, kudos to you. But if you are working with a therapist or something like that, amazing, good for you. That's another thing, if that's true for you, that people are watching and they're like, oh, wow, God, if they're doing so well, going to therapy or whatever, if they're doing so well, and even if it's not therapy, healing themselves, if they're doing so well, I want to be like that. I want some of what they have. I want a lot of what they have, because it just seems like what you're going through is this sort of perpetual upgrade. And it's funny, because a lot of times when we're in the midst of it, it's just, we don't see it that way. We're like, well, this is just my life. I am working hard on myself, but whatever. But we don't realize that if you saw yourself through other people's eyes, which is sometimes not a healthy thing to do, you don't want to necessarily live for other people's opinions. But if you were able to see how inspiring you are to other people, you would be surprised at how many lives you touch. Now, this Queen of Coins is a very Virgo card. It is a very Virgo card, because it's that orderly sort of nurturing that you do. There's an orderliness. A lot of people overdo it with the Virgos or anal retentive thing. It's not that you're anal retentive. It's that you like the order, because it gives you more ways to nurture, because you're very nurturing. You're a very nurturing sign, and it's easier for you to nurture if everything is in the the order that you want it. Not all Virgos seem orderly, but they're orderly from their perspective, right? And that order that they have, and that's what this 4 here is now, the order that you have is now an internal order. Isn't that wonderful? And this internal order is helping you to, as I said, have this perpetual upgrade. And that perpetual upgrade includes money, a lot of it, at least from your perspective. Again, this is something that's going to pick up momentum over time, and it may not seem like a ton of money right now. It may. It depends on who you are. I mean, everybody's situation is different. But no matter where you are, this 3 of coins promises that the hard work that you're doing is not only going to pay off, but it's going to perpetually pay off, and it's going to perpetually grow larger and larger. It's like a gyro. It goes faster and faster over time, larger and larger. Always reminding yourself that you're, and I don't know that I love the word positive attitude, because when we say positive attitude, it almost feels like we're kind of like putting lipstick on a pig or something. It's just like making everything just, oh, isn't that wonderful? It's not about saying something's wonderful when it's not. It's about having a way of framing it so that you're the one in power, that you're the one that can turn it around. Right? So we're not saying, oh, isn't that wonderful that they left me? No, we're not saying that. But we're saying, well, that relationship ended. And I'm not saying that a relationship ended, but just using that as an example. That relationship ended. I'm going to mourn it. I'm going to do everything I need to do to make sure I go through the process of mourning. And I'm going to move forward. And I'm going to allow myself to be empowered by every aspect of it, no matter what. That's the kind of vibe I see right here, that nothing can really ultimately get you down, because you're not going to let it. You're not going to let it because you have that power. And so if you want to call that optimism, that's great, but it's a healthy optimism. It's a healthy optimism. It's not pouring pink paint over a disastrous situation and pretending like it's not there. That's not at all what you're doing. You're very clear on what's there. You're very clear. And at the same time, you're disengaging from the conflict of what's there. And you're looking at it straight in the face, and you're saying, and we're turning this around. We're turning this around, and nothing can stop me. And no one can say no to me, because I'm in charge. That's you. There's not one trump card here. That means it's all you doing all the right things. No matter what the circumstance looks like, you're handling it beautifully. And so you can't help but win. You've got momentum on your side. You're going in the right direction at the right pace, and that pace is going to continue to pick up as it's comfortable for it to do so for you. And you're always in charge, and it's always because of that attitude of yours. And that attitude is so good right now. And I want you to continue that, because you're magic. You're magic right now, and everybody notices, even if they may not say it. Everybody sees it. All right, thank you so much for spending a little time with me. I so appreciate you. Thank you so very much to the amazing moderators, Delene, Suzanne, and Dre. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Virgo. Blessed be.